Regarding urbanism, from what I've seen here, there are a lot of different residential developments that I've seen in the city of Kiev over the last 5-10 years. Most of them, to me, seem to be internally focused. Not so much responding to their surroundings, but really creating an environment that's internal for the people that live there. I think successful urbanism, successful urban design means that you have to obviously make a great project, one that works for your investors, but you also have to contribute something back to the city. You have to maintain the quality of city life. It means landscaping, it means street walls, it means active streets, active environments, whether it's retail, it's really continuing to bring the life into the city. That's what successful urban projects mean to me. Real estate developers always want to maximize the value of their property. That's their top priority, and that's what it should be. It's their business. That's what they're in the business of doing. The people that run cities, their top responsibility is to serve the citizens. So ideally, you want to have a cooperation between these two entities in order to create an urban environment that is beneficial for both the city, the public at large, as well as for the real estate developers that are making their projects. The best way to do that is to have certain governing bodies and regulations, but also to be able to create incentives for developers where if they come in to a part of the city where they really want to maximize their floor area, build up, there's a way, maybe through a tax abatement or maybe through some type of incentive program, or if they're willing to help develop a part of the city that's not so nice, they can get the benefits that they're looking for. I think that's the only way I think that development at a large scale can work, both for the benefit of the developer and for the benefit of the city. The previous mayor of New York City is a guy named Michael Bloomberg. He was the mayor of New York recently. One of his initiatives was to create more pedestrian spaces in Manhattan. Now, you ask anybody who lives in New York and they say pedestrian space, you have to be crazy because the traffic is, if you cut off traffic, you're killing the city. Well, the traffic is a bit more inconvenient, but the areas that became more pedestrian, I can tell you that the retail in those areas greatly benefited. So now you have certain zones within Manhattan, around Times Square, around places in Lower Manhattan where certain cross points that were just streets, they've now become like piazzas. Now they become public spaces to gather. All of the retail around these areas has greatly benefited from that. And what does that mean? It means their tax revenue is going up too. So that's a perfect example of how making a gesture like that is going to enhance certain things, not only in the city life, but it's also going to bring more revenue back into the city. In Manhattan, that was elevated, it's not on the ground, it's up, and it was abandoned maybe 40, 50 years ago, when this part of Manhattan changed from warehousing to other uses. But this rail existed. The city of New York decided at one point to utilize this rail and make it a linear park in Manhattan. It was the first type of new park of its kind. I don't think they were expecting the kind of positive response. Once this park was created, all of the value of the real estate around it became extremely high. Developers came in, they brought in great architects, and now the whole corridor of this park is one of the most exciting and interesting new places in New York City.